So you're playing a Roblox game. For this example, let's just say murder mystery. You run away from the murderer, but you get killed. Even though from your perspective, the weapon didn't even touch you. So you might ask yourself, why does Roblox hitboxes suck? Well, to answer that question, let's understand what hitboxes are first. Hitboxes, or specialized collision checks, or as in the name suggests, boxes or shapes that checks for collisions. Hitboxes and visual models are not the same. Most games uses a visual model and overlay it with invisible hitboxes to define the area of detection. The reason for that is because calculating collisions on a model is a lot more performing intensive than a simple shape or cube. This collider / hitbox can collide with other colliders, raycast, triggers, and etc. In Roblox, there are multiple functions we use to render collisions. The most prominent ones are touched events, get part, bounce in box, get parts in part. Basically, all of this function calculates collisions, but in different ways. Though for this I don't think I really need to explain all of them. Though in FPS games you use raycast. Raycast works kinda differently. So raycasting basically sends out a beam from a single point towards a direction until it hits something, or it maxes out its distance, which is quite useful for making shooters but can also be used for making melee weapons. Now that we know how hitboxes work, that still doesn't explain how you're being hit when the weapon doesn't even touch you. And for that we'll need to understand the client and server communication. So in multiplayer games, client and server communication refers to the exchange of data between your computer and the server. So when you perform an action in-game, for example jumping, your client or computer sends this information to the server. And once the server receives your action, it relays it to all the other connected clients so that they can see your actions on their screens. However, because of this communication involves sending data from your client to the server and back, there's a delay, which we call latency. Simply put, latency is the time it takes for information to travel between your computer and the server, then back again. Latency is typically measured in milliseconds, which we refer as ping. So because of this latency, there's a disconnect from what you see in real time and what your opponents see in real time. So for you aren't even close to the weapon, but for your opponent, you're in reaching distance. And because of that disconnect, the opponent is able to hit you without touching you. So back to hitboxes for a tiny bit. The hitboxes usually fire from the client to the server, meaning that your hitbox for your opponent is not fake, it's just a disconnect between you and their client. To summarize this, when you do an action in-game, the information of that action has a latency to the server and other clients. So for you might be ahead, but for other clients you might be beside them or even behind them. And because of that, your opponent are able to hit your hitbox from their perspective, even though from your perspective, you wouldn't be hit. So, is there a fix for it? Well, no, not for Roblox. Though, without a doubt, if you enjoyed this video or learned something new today, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps and I really appreciate it. Though, this is it for today. I hope you have a good day / night. Goodbye.